everybody. Now I wanted to do another quick one on reviews, and I should have a Kleenex near me. Some people consider them like judgments or a judgment. You know, we might have a judgment day where we have a lot of us go through a quick final review and I'll go on. But we do have reviews. Let me talk about one review I had. And they're not done once you're dead. You also can have them now. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that has had this happen, because when it happens to me, it happens to others as well. So let me talk about one of my reviews. Okay. I had we'll talk about this one incident where a girl, I'm a very, I don't know. This girl, I guess she's had enough, and whatever I did, I don't even remember what I did. Whatever I did somehow triggered her, and she just thought, I've had enough, this is it. So she basically tried telling me off, but she didn't know how to tell me off. She was you could tell she was a newbie at it. And I thought, well, who's this to be telling me off? And I felt like, Irma, be quiet. Just let her say what she needs to say. And I still went over that. And then I felt the pressure on my chest, like, something was trying to hold me back. And I ignored that as well. And you do get signs to hold back. And I ignored both. I knew they were there, and I ignored them. And I told her off. And when I tell you off, I have a habit of making sure that I tell you a lot. And I even throw in stuff that I'm sensing. So you'll probably be like, oh no, does she know my secret? Does she know? A lot of stuff is just little stuff that I can sense around you. And I told her real bad to make sure I conditioned people so that they never bother to tell me anything again. I have a habit of doing that. I don't like people that keep messing with me. So I told her I was really bad. And that's pretty normal for me, because I don't want you messing with me. I don't want anyone messing with me. So I left, and I felt shaky, and I was like, oh, what's going on? And when I went home, I prayed, and right in my prayer, they got me. And I saw her, what I had done, and I was like, okay. And then I saw like a movie going in front of me where I saw that she had been, I saw that she had always been, people kept on treating her bad, and I saw that she kept taking it and not doing anything, and I could feel the bad energy. I can feel what she was going through, and it was just horrible. It was horrible. And so when she finally did have enough, which was with me, I guess it was so that I will let her have her moment, and I didn't let her. And I knew that she was not good at, telling off people. And I felt so bad after I saw what she had gone through. And I thought, well, can't we do this again? I felt real bad. I was like, I'm so sorry. But I couldn't get near her anymore, because after what I did to her, the people around her knew, and they kept, you know, I couldn't tell her I was sorry, and I just couldn't get near her anymore because and I didn't know what to do. I was like, why did you do this? Why did you review me now? Let me do it some other time. But it was because I'm supposed to know better, I guess. And I felt so bad. I should have just let her have her day. I knew she didn't know how. I knew, and I just jumped the gun. I knew I was supposed to keep quiet. I knew it. But I didn't want to let her tell me anything. And, I should have gone with what I felt. I knew she was new. I knew she didn't know how. I knew I should have known better. I shouldn't. And I kept asking them, what do I do? I can't get near her anymore. I already ruined it for her. She's not going to want to do this ever again. She's going to think, oh my gosh, the first time that I tried to. The first time she tried to show her voice, and I shut her down really bad. And I felt so bad afterward. But I couldn't do anything, so they let me know that they put somebody else in her life to help her, and that's what I had done, just to help her speak her voice. But it wasn't going to be me again. I ruined it. I should have paid attention. And you feel it when you're supposed to let them have their time. You feel it. You just sense like, don't say anything. Just let her have her time. And if you jump that, you'll feel a physical, like I felt the pressure on my chest, like leave her alone. Just leave her alone. And I jumped that too. But you can feel it. If you feel that, don't jump it. Do it. Just let them have their. You can tell when they're new at this stuff. Just let them have their time. I wouldn't have known that if the council hadn't showed me what I had done wrong. I wouldn't have known. So they do stuff like that. So I'm sure some of you have had times when you've done something that you weren't supposed to, and you were somehow sensing their life, and you're like, and then after you probably thought, oh, that was weird. Maybe that was just my imagination. No, it wasn't your imagination. If you jumped the gun like I did, you're going to have a review, and you're going to feel what that other person felt. And it hurts. So not only are you going through your life, you're seeing their life. And you'll see like little bits and pieces of it, and the energy of that person not being able to say anything. And it hurts. It's not just you. You're feeling them. And it hurts. So watch what you do. And I was actually in a review. One of my relatives passed away, and this relative was pretty mean to me. And I knew her review was not going to be that nice. So I asked Almighty God, I wanted to say a few words on her behalf. And at first they wouldn't let me go through. They wouldn't let me go through the first day and the next day. And I was like, why aren't they? And I said, look, if you're not ready now, fast forward me to, don't do, I heard there's no time on the other side. So just stick me into when they are ready, And I kept on and I kept on asking and asking and asking. Finally, I popped through, and there was two people there. There's usually like two security there. They like, right this way. And when I went up there, there was two there waiting for me, and they said through here. And there was a door. It was a big door, and they opened the door a little bit, and one of them went through, and he was like, "Oh no, 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 they're not ready for you." So I waited in the corridor, and it seemed like a little bit later they opened the door, and they're like, "They're ready for you." And it was quiet. The room was so quiet, and I've been to the. There was a lot of people, and it went on and on. It was like a stadium, but you don't see the ending. So there's a bunch of people there, and they're watching. And my relative and came over, and they brought her over, and I kept looking at her, and I kept wanting to look at her and let her know everything's gonna be okay. But she wouldn't look at me in my eyes. She just kept looking down. And so I don't know what happened before the door opened, but it didn't look too good. And I kept on, trying to get her to look at me, but she wouldn't. She just kept looking down. And so then I went through, and I was going to say a few things on her behalf, but the door closed, and I'm like a veil came down, so I couldn't remember what happened in there in the review for this person on the other side. But I did ask to go and speak on her behalf, even though I was not departed, because I knew she needed. I just wanted to make sure that they understood that she did her best. I wanted to make sure that I didn't want anything bad to happen. I didn't know. So I did speak on a relative's behalf when they did a review on her when she passed away. And you can ask. All things are possible. You can ask. Don't think, oh, I can't ask this, or I can't. You can ask whatever is on your mind. You ask. You're here. You're learning. There's no reason for them to say no to you. You can always ask. That's the good thing about this place. So there are reviews, and you are shown the other side, the other person who you offended, what happened because of what you did. This person, luckily they sent others to help her out and help her to find her voice. She had given it up so much, and I should have let her talk. So yes, there are reviews. Hopefully I'll go back to the deep prayers and help out people again on that. But there are other sensitives out there that help out. So don't think that it's just spiritual angels. We're all spirit, all of us. We're in bodies, but we are spirit. So we all help each other out as well. So we are sent to help one another. So just think about that. So we do have certain reviews. We have, people call them judgments, and they're basically to help us understand what we did wrong and what we did when we encroached on others' rights being here. So yeah, they are real, and they're not going to wait for you to end this life and you'll have them all then. you'll have some now while you're here to try and correct you. They're trying to get you to be a better person. And even if you have something small like this happen, or even if in your dreams, I have done stuff that they were not happy with, and I'll go to sleep and I'll wake up crying and saying, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry. And I wake up, I'll be like, okay, wait, why am I sorry? I forget once I wake up. Well, I probably got a review during my sleep. They happen. So, that's it for now. Think about that.